pull this guy off the driver and I, slug the guy and the guy goes on the ground. But now the driver's out. And then it's like, I don't know what the heck to do. So I take the guy, I pull him out. Oh, hey folks, Manny CA here with another educational, informational, and hopefully entertaining video on the shooting sports. Continuing our line on the accurate revolver. Coming to you live from the land of fruits, nuts, and flakes, California, where the commie leftists tell you what to do. And on the streets, you gotta dodge the poo. In California, where the utopian dream is dead and the illegals all get ahead. In California, where the DNC throws food stamps to all the masses and the working man gets to pay all the taxes. Only in California. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. All the commie leftist DNC scumbags in power, including Pelosi and Gavin Newsom, those guys are scared of their own shadow. The 1860 open strap Colt clone Pieta edition. You know, at one time these things were the most popular sidearm used by the North in the Civil War. For those of you millennials and I don't know what the heck they call you guys below the millennials who don't know anything about the Civil War, look it up, because I think there's another one coming. Big boog all the way, people. Boog, boog. That goes beyond the scope of this video. At one point, these things were also the cheapest cap and ball reproduction to get. I remember Cabela's having sales, I'm talking like 5 or 6 years ago, where these were like $159, $148, $159, something like that, delivered with free shipping. And they, like, if you had like a 10% off coupon or something like that, it brought them down like $125, $130. Holy cow, that's value. Or is it? We're gonna find out. How much value is it if the gun can't shoot? These guns get knocked, the percussion guns get knocked for being inaccurate, only good for, I don't know, 5 feet or more, but we showed you how to do it. Just like our previous revolvers. We love revolvers here on the channel. They're so cool. Don't get me wrong. Hey, black guns are cool too, but they're boring. They all look the same. What do you want? I like black guns. They serve their purpose. They're the modern day musket, and everybody should have a black gun and 2,000 rounds of ammo. 1,000 to shoot every year and 1,000 to put away like a security deposit. Something to think about, people, because you're never gonna know when you're gonna need to protect yourself or your family, or try to disarm a mass of people. Who knows? We don't know. Situations come up all the time. So we did the work on this revolver. Now remember, let's reiterate, shall we? Most of the time, these revolvers are not reamed out to, well, what I like to call kind of minute of pie plate. What happens is the hole in the cylinder is smaller than the hole in the bore. And that's just being real, just on real layman's terms. The hole in the cylinder, right here, is smaller than here. So what happens is when you push your ball in here, it gets smaller. So by the time it gets shot out in here, it's just bouncing around and bouncing around, and that's not good for accuracy. Heck, that's not good for anything, people. Which is why these guns get a bad rap. We took ours out and we're gonna shoot it before we do any work. We're gonna do the work, come back out and reshoot it and see what it looks like. Guys gotta remember, these are production guns. Production is the key word there. They're to spec and they fire, and they're safe, but accuracy wise, but they're getting better. I know Ruger's getting better, and I hope Smith & Wesson's getting better. Remember, all these tips will work with your center fire pistols also. Double action is where you see the trigger here, that's single action. You gotta cock it and pull it. Ooh, that's not good. Oh, by the way, let me mention that we've slicked this gun up. If you don't know how we did it, go back and look at our playlist. We shows you how to slick it up. We trimmed the mainspring that's in here a little bit. We thinned it out a little bit, and we just did an overall action job on the internals. And I gotta tell you, this gun is smooth. This gun is smoother than Hillary Clinton's face after her last round of Botox. Have you guys seen that? That's scary. But it's very smooth. Oh, nice. Oh, you never want to dry fire these without anything on the nips. Nips. Because you'll mushrooming and no peen, and then you'll really have like bad firing and misfires on your caps. That's not good. Another thing about these guns is you see the sight on there? That's really bad. And they have no rear sight. So what you gotta do is you gotta aim right here. You see that? Down there. That little notch cut in a hammer. Let's see if we could get that. There we go. That notch cut in a hammer is what you gotta line up to. So sights are kind of pitiful maybe. That's the nature of the beast. That may also contribute to the poor accuracy you hear a lot of guys talk about. But again, beautiful piece. Look at that. That color case hardening. Oh, can you see that? There we go. We got it in the sun. Oh man, it's a nice representation, which is why I got it. I thought, that's a really nice gun. And looking at the forcing cone on this thing is not bad. The forcing cone is not as bad as they usually come. Ooh, crows. We should have the shotgun. It is not black magic, it's just science. And no, you will not need a shaman or a gunsmith. We're not making hash cakes here, people. Who do you think we are? Naboo? And contrary to how I look, I'm not Bolo.
Now, let's talk about hash cakes. Little tip about hash cakes, just start off with one first. Wait about an hour, see how you feel. Don't eat 15 in one go, because you will see the devil, and he'll try and rip your heart out through your kneecaps. Pop them in the oven, about 20 minutes, gas mark 4. Here's some I made earlier. Bolo, where are they?
We're gonna take our gun and we're gonna shoot before and after groups with them, just to see what they look like, just because you asked for it. Stick around, we're gonna have some fun. I'm not gonna really go into all the steps on loading because you guys should know how to do this. If you don't know, check back in our prior videos. We have some references. First thing you want to do is you want to put the gun on half cock. Half cock the gun and throw your powder. This is 30 grains. What I like to do is use one of our overpower wads. Now this is a felt wad that we punched out using a Harbor Freight punch, and you can see here that when we seated our ball, we got a ring. That's just, why do you want a ring, right? When you're seating your ball, you're just wasting lead. Now here with the last one, you can see just how tough they are to seat before we drill them. You could put a lot of weight on that. Yeah. And plus we're getting a lot of, you see that? We got a bunch of rings that were shaved off. And I think that's just a waste. And I know some guys will say, well, you need the ring because it makes the ball swage down. Yeah, but if this is smaller than this, then you're just wasting time, you're wasting money, you're wasting everything. I like to use a tool. Here I'm using a brass punch to push the caps firmly onto each nipple. That way minimizes the chances of misfire. Another thing that differentiates the Army 1860 from the 1858 Remington that we did in our last video is you have to keep the gun on half cock and there's no place to rest your hammer. You see that? There's no place to rest your hammer. So if you're carrying it like this, you're gonna have to carry it 5 loaded because you want to carry over an empty chamber. Because what will happen is if you're carrying this and you fall or something happens and you break the half cock notch that's in here, you're gonna get a round discharge and it'll probably kill you or hurt yourself or somebody else. Alright, so here's our first group of 6. It's okay. Got 2 flyers here, maybe 3 flyers here. But I got 2 that kind of, it looks like 3 that bunched up. That's acceptable. That's okay, I guess. Okay, so we went back to the house. We reamed the cylinder. We redid the forcing cone at 11 degrees. And I hope you guys appreciate what we do for you here at the channel. This is a lot of work. You know, everybody likes sausage, but nobody likes to see how it's done. Anyway, here you can see the reaming that we did on it. There you go. And then there's the forcing cone. Let's see if we get into the sun where you can really get a good view of it, actually, yeah. With the morning sun. There we go. How's that? There you go. You can see how shiny and clean it is. And the inside of the cylinder too. Oh man. Enough chit chat. Let's get to work. And of course, one thing I'm noticing is just how easy the balls are seating. Oh yeah, we're not getting that shaved lead ring anymore, which is good. And for you guys worried about chain fire, that's why we're using our lubed wads. Oh yeah, these are going in really nice. I mean, like really nice. I mean, you still got some resistance, but it's not like it was before. And this time around, we're using CCR number 10 cops, because that's what we have in stock. Man, I can't believe the amount of fouling that built up after 2 cylinders. Jeez. And that's alright, we'll bust out some Windex and give it a little bit of a spray. If you guys got water, you can do that too. But out in the field, Windex is easier. So what do you think? Was it worth it? Hell yeah, it was worth it. I thought it was worth it. Did you see that group? Not bad. I'm telling you. This work that we do on revolvers, you can do it to any revolver and it will improve accuracy. You saw it, we just did it right here. No joke, no fuss, no muss. There is no excuse now for you guys saying, it's a cabin ball, I can't shoot cabin ball, I don't like cabin ball. The only thing not to like about it, it's a little time consuming, it's a little messy. What do you expect? Good things come to those who wait, remember that. And these pistols, well, back in the day when you can get them pretty decently priced, they're great. Wait for a sale, pick one up at Cabela's or Bass Pro Shops, or look online at Dixie Gunworks, sometimes they got them. Stay safe, do some shooting, have some fun. That's what this sport's all about. And it's not as difficult as they want you to believe. I just showed it to you. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, send them on down. Till next time.